Good morning, everyone. Hello. How are you guys? I am Mrs. Floyd. I am your school social worker, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And also, we're going to talk about how to be successful this school year. So, I am Mrs. Floyd. I'm your school social worker. So, for those of you in seventh grade, that would mean I'm kind of like Miss Walls over at Bell. There's some differences, but we're similar in that way. I am here for every student in this building. You don't have to have any papers filled out or anything like that. Any student can come and see me anytime they need to. Why would you want to come and see me or talk to me? Well, there's a lot of reasons. One, you might feel really anxious one day or part of the day or something. Maybe you're feeling depressed or you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe there's a lot going on at home that's really distracting you or making school a little bit difficult. Maybe you're having trouble with some friends or in your friend group and you're not really sure what to do. Maybe you're going through a breakup, or maybe you like somebody and it's like, what do I do? How do I tell them or whatever? Um, Maybe you're struggling in some classes. So it can be a whole range of things from mental health, relationship stuff, school stuff. I am here for every little bit of it. And so all you have to do to come and talk to me is tell your teacher, hey, I need to go talk to Mrs. Floyd. And when it's convenient, they'll let you come. Or you can go to the office and ask for Mrs. Floyd, and they will find me, and then we can chat. Or you can email me and say, hey, Mrs. Floyd, when you get a chance, can you come talk to me? And so at the end of this whole video, I will have up on the screen my email address so that you can have that. And so, really, again, I'm here for everybody and I'm here to support you and help you in any way that you need. And I just know middle school can be exciting, it's fun, but it can also be a little chaotic. And friendships are up and down, and emotions are up and down. And I totally get that. Trust me, I've been there. Um, and I want to be here for you. So just come and find me and we'll talk. Next thing I want to talk about is Nellie's Closet. Nellie's Closet is a room back by Mrs. Kasinik's room, and it has clothes, shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorant, shaving cream, um, face wash, socks, shoes, kind of a whole gamut of things. So if you or your family are in need or help for school supplies or clothing or any of those shampoo, conditioner, deodorant kind of stuff, all you have to do is come to guidance and tell someone in guidance you need to go to Nellie's Closet, or you can email me or come see me. So Mrs. Mertz, Mrs. O'Neill, or Mrs. Floyd, we can get you in, or any teacher can. And we would do it in a time where it's private and no one else is around. So that way you can get everything that you need. The one other thing that is really exciting that you want to participate in is Mrs. Floyd's Google Classroom. Yes, you want to join my Google Classroom. It's called Mrs. Floyd's Corner. Again, at the end of this video, I'm going to put up on the screen the name of my Google Classroom and the code to get in. But trust me, you want to join my Google Classroom. Every day I post something different. Sometimes it's, different coping skills or study skills, or it just might be a thing of encouragement. But there's 2 days, 2 to 3 days of the week where we play games on my Google Classroom and you can win a prize. And my prizes are really good. Trust me, you will like them. So you want to get on my Google Classroom. The last thing that I will kind of want to throw in here and talk about is how to be successful this school year. Eighth graders, this is kind of nothing new to you, except for maybe new teachers and a different class schedule than last year, but seventh and eighth graders, you all are going through something this year in terms of new classes. Seventh graders, it's a new building, new locker, new teachers, new lunch situation. Like, it's all new. And I want to first commend our seventh graders. Like, you guys are rocking it. You guys are doing so good, getting to your classes, figuring all of that out, figuring out your lockers and the locks on them. And some of you may still be struggling, and that is okay. If you are, please come and find me or a teacher, and we will take time to help you learn your lock. Okay. Um, but to be successful in seventh and eighth grade might be a little bit different than being successful in fifth and sixth grade. One way that it's different is seventh and eighth grade, we are trying to encourage and push you to be a little more independent, not be mom and dad handling things and managing things for you, but you are learning how to manage school and some schoolwork and organization and things like that for yourself. So organization is one of the top things that you should be doing on a regular basis throughout the school year to be successful. So, what does that mean and what does that look like? That one way is having a 3-ring binder that has dividers and folders in it for each class. So you see some kids with a case-it, and just a reminder, you cannot use the straps on the case-it. You can use the handle, but you cannot use the straps. So if you have a strap on your case-it, take it off and put it in your locker. But a case-it, a 3-ring binder of some sort, and a clear pencil pouch in your binder. We can't have pencil pouches that are not clear. And you want a folder for every subject, every class that you have, and we use the folders. I see some kids, as the year goes on, that have the 3-ring binders, or the case-its and papers are just mangled and coming out every direction. Actually use the folders. You want to keep track of the papers your teachers are giving you, one, because you might be getting credit for it or extra credit for it. Also, keeping your papers and not throwing them away, because sometimes they might help you study for a quiz or a test that's coming up. Eighth graders, you will have finals, you might have midterms, so you want to keep your papers so that you can study and review. So binders are super important, and staying organized. Another part of organization is maybe in your binder you have some form of a calendar, or you use the calendar on your Chromebook to document when you have an assignment that you need to turn in, when you're having a test, when you're having a quiz, maybe there's a project that you have to work on and when that's due, because that may help you map out how many days before this test or before this project do I have, and breaking it up into little chunks of time to study or to work on your project. So it's super important to stay aware of when your quizzes, tests, and projects are. That is your responsibility, not your parents and not your teachers. It's your responsibility. Second way to be successful in middle school is just in classes to pay attention, participate. It doesn't mean that you have to be talking all the time or raising your hand all the time, but listen to what the teacher is telling you, the lessons, the information. Be willing to participate, raise your hand and give an answer every now and then, because that actually keeps you engaged and paying attention and retaining information. Also, I think that it shows the teacher that you're serious about your schoolwork because you're participating. I think another thing that makes you successful in middle school is just having a positive attitude. Now, I do get that you're going to have a bad day sometimes. You're going to have an off day because of something happening at home, or you're just not feeling it that day. But hopefully those days come and go. But as much as possible, remembering that you can be successful, you have to be purposeful about that. If you want to be successful, you have to put effort into being able to experience that by completing your work on time. And that's another part of being successful. Do your work on time and turn it in on time. You do not want missing assignments building up. My recommendation is never have more than 4 missing assignments. 4 missing assignments can easily get done quickly. Beyond that, it starts to feel overwhelming and stressful. So when you are given an assignment, if you don't complete it in class, make sure you complete it that night and turn it in the next day. Your teachers will love that. You will feel better doing that. I promise. So it's going to be super important that as you go throughout the school year, you get on your Skyward account, log into Skyward at least twice a week, check your grades, and you can also check to see if you have missing assignments. So you go into your Skyward account, click on grades, and you'll see your grades, and then you click on the grade you have in that class, and it'll give you more information, or you can click on missing assignments, and it will give you a list of your missing assignments. The other thing that's different about 7th and 8th grade and going into high school and college, if you do college, is checking your emails. You have a student email account. You should be checking that at least twice a week. That is how some teachers may communicate with you about a project or whatever. And you can also email your teachers to ask questions. If you're unsure about a project or a detail about a project or something, or you don't understand an assignment, you can email them. They will respond and they will help you. So, positive attitude, checking Skyward, checking your email, staying organized is super important, and turning in your work on time. And later in coming weeks, we're going to talk about some study skills, how to study, what does that look like? Um, and because that is something that's going to be important this year to start building a practice of studying and reviewing things that you're learning so that studying for a test or taking a test doesn't feel as daunting or overwhelming. Um, so we're going to talk about lots of things. But I am happy that you're here. I hope you guys have a great week. And if you need something, please find me. Check my Google Classroom, and here's my email. Bye, guys.